Hodges, are you? Oh, yep, there it goes. It says this meeting is being recorded by the host or a participant. Everyone gets to press, got it. So now that we're on recording, we are all a Live Younger community. And this morning is our Monday morning miracle call. Thank you all for being here. And thank you, Liz Hodges, for being our technology advisor extraordinaire from Orlando, is where Liz is coming from. I'm coming from Pocatello, Idaho, and I'm waving as your life waver pitch hitting today. And I love spontaneity. I love the way the products help us in a very spontaneous way. And this morning, we get to share our testimonials. This call is being recorded so that we can share all of the experiences we have with LifeWave products, everything from X39 and all 11 other patches and other products that we use on a daily basis. I am very grateful to say that I have been using these products since February of this year, and I'm excited to be the host for the moment, hostess for the moment. And as we're sharing testimonials today on our Monday morning miracle call, I want to make sure that you remember that we do not attest to cure any diseases. We want to make sure that we're not stating any diagnoses. And we just want to know how LifeWave has helped you this week. And it is 10 after 9, and I'm going to go ahead and reach out to Linda Adderton. Did I say your name correctly?
Yeah, Addington.
Welcome.
Yeah, and thank you so much for jumping in. This community is so awesome. I love it. I just wanted to share that I started using the SP6 Complete just yesterday. And I'm going to tell you, I couldn't finish my breakfast of like an egg on toast. It was just like, I'm done, I'm full, and I'm satisfied. And I was so happy that it's that clear, and that it's just so clear to me that I stuck the patch on my ankle, and that was my experience. And I'm like, yes, this is great.
Thank you so much, Linda. I just learned what that ankle spot is called. It's acupuncture spot spleen 6. And I didn't know that until one of my customers started using it. So thank you so much for sharing. Let me look and see who else we have in hands. It's a wonderful thing to use the SP6 Complete. I actually was wearing it yesterday as well on my stomach 36 point, and only because it stays a little bit better because I wear ankle socks. So thank you so much for sharing. Okay, I do not know, Liz, how to enter people in, so I'm just going to say names.
Okay, we've got Jennifer Starr that she has her hand raised, and Jennifer, you'll need to unmute.
Thank you, Liz.
Good morning, everyone from Sisters, Oregon. I had just a wonderful experience yesterday. One of my friends was visiting from Washington, and we went for a hike. And she said, honestly, I don't know if I can go this whole 5 or 6 miles or whatever it is. I woke up with a really a weird tweak in my shoulder and a super tight muscle in my neck. And it's giving me a lot of trouble. And she is one of my preferred customers. And I asked her if she had remembered to put on her patch, and she said she had forgotten to put her X39 on. So I happened to have Eon and IceWave in my pack, and I woke up with a hip discomfort of some kind. So we were both in kind of bad shape as we were launching on the hike, and we both used IceWave, and we couldn't quite find the right spot for her to reduce the discomfort all the way down, but she said it dropped about 30% in that first 10 minutes, and mine went all the way down to it probably reduced discomfort by 80%. But I had given her an Eon patch to wear at night that evening. And she just texted me this morning and she said, you know, interestingly enough, as the day wore on, because she also got in the car and drove for 3.5 hours to go home. And she said, what's interesting is the pain kept dropping. And I woke up this morning and it was as if nothing had ever happened. So that was so exciting. And I woke up also feeling a lot of relief in my hip area. So I said, you know, even if you had your X39 on, you could move it over to that shoulder. That's one way to do it quickly. And so anyway, that was really an exciting recent story.
That is so wonderful to hear. I love the ice wave, and I love the stories that Connie and Janet have been sharing over the week about placement and the pictures that they get to show on the weekly calls as well. And so thank you so much, Jennifer, for sharing that, and the success that you had in placing X39 is a wonderful way to move around and then do the double patch with the ice wave. It's nice. I did myself have to use the ice wave last night. I got in a little dirt bike accident. I got a little bit rough and tumble and kind of busted the steering wheel. So ice wave was my friend last night, and I had to reposition my X39 on my back instead of my C7 spot on my neck. So thank you so much for sharing that. I'm going to go ahead and have Liz go ahead and introduce the next person because I can't really see on my
Okay,
device.
Sunshower Rose is the next step, and then we'll have Norma Wingate and then Shannon.
Sunshower.
Everybody. Well, thank you so much, Heidi, for jumping in and being our substitute hostess today. Fabulous job. You know, a couple of days ago, I woke up with a sore throat, and then my right ear started hurting. And it's the weirdest thing. I don't know, we should have alarms or something on our phones, like when we start feeling something weird, because I didn't even think of a patch for like 2 days. Duh. So, so yesterday I put glutathione right back here behind my ear. And this morning I'm all fine. Really, these patches. And, you know, just to add a little story, a good friend who's a Brian partner of mine, you know, she ended up with a branch that she was pruning a tree. Part of it got in her eye, you know, and of course she had to go and get that removed. But she also is like all scratched up and bruised and swollen in this area. And of course she put on like Eon X39, I think glutathione. And within a couple of days, you know, all that swelling and redness and even the scarring was disappearing. And now it's all gone. So
that's so beautiful to hear. It's wonderful how you can see the visual effects. But I do like the glutathione comment that you made. I have yet to try glutathione. So thank you very much for that little tip and trick on using all the patches in various different places.
Well, just another comment then, if you're not sure of these kinds of things, please go to our LifeWave Health channel and go into LifeWave Connect. We're talking YouTube, LifeWave Connect products. So there's business LifeWave Connects and there's product LifeWave Connects. And just find the one about the patch that you're interested in. And, you know, there's David telling you all about it and all the studies and everything. So yeah.
Thank you for that. I've not been a YouTuber until I became a LifeWaver. So thank you so much, Sunshower. I appreciate all the wonderful resources that we have. I love the liveyoungerproducts.com. That is my favorite go-to. So thank you so much for giving me my YouTube channel reminder. Is it Norma, Liz, that we have next?
Norma's up next.
Awesome. Norma, go ahead and come in and share.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Oh, well, good morning, everyone. I've been using X39 for 3 months today. And immediately, pardon me?
Congratulations.
Yeah, it's an outstanding product. And it's proved to be very beneficial for me. But the first thing and most important thing to me that I noticed was And I hope I can say depression. But I've had depression since I was a child. And to make a long story short, in the first week, I noticed a big change in me. And also, I am able to be in larger groups, whereas I couldn't be for years. So to me, that's huge.
That's
And
very huge. Within 90 days, 3 months. That's awesome.
it started in the first week. And
Wow.
it was a very fine, and I'm hoping, based on the understanding that I have, that I'll continue to see results in other areas. That's what I'm hoping. I do have a question, if I could ask it.
Absolutely, Norma.
My daughter started using X39, and she's been probably maybe 2 months with it. She and her husband both, but she mentioned something to me this morning, and I didn't know if she was thinking that the X39 was causing this. I'm hoping that she's not thinking that, but I don't know for sure. But she said she's starting to lose her hair.
Oh, interesting. Now, I know that there are videos that talk about the signs and symptoms, but I know that they're done by David Schmidt on the Life Wave Connect. So you'll definitely want to get your answers for that. But before we get an answer from the rest of the community to answer that as well, Norma, can you tell me what patch you started using 3 months ago? Tessia wanted to know for sure.
X39, and that's the main one I use.
Excellent.
I've ordered Eon, and Eon is wonderful. But between
Excellent.
those two, I'll do my best to stay on the X39 for the rest of my life. I'm 74 right now.
Absolutely. And thank you so much for sharing. I want to share this, and I know that I'm jumping in and I'm jumping in front of these hands, but I want you to know that I stood on stage and Danelle Delgado asked me when we were in Orlando, Florida, she said, "What is it that you love about LifeWave?" And I shared my 6-year-old nightmare experience. And I want you to know that that has a little bit to do with depression too. So it is something that X39 is amazing. So I'm very glad that you shared that story with us today.
And
Definitely
Heidi,
try Nirvana. Liz, go ahead.
Dr. Tom is saying that depression is considered a medical term, and
Thank you. We
we
will
can
not use
do
that term anymore. Thank you
lower
so much.
mood, or let's see, what did he say?
Okay,
Mood
I'll read
issues,
his.
lower mood is what he said to use.
Thank you so much. We want to stay compliant. It's very important that we do not diagnose, treat, or attempt to profess curing any disease or condition. And so thank you so much, Dr. Tom. I appreciate your being on today as I'm pitch hitting as a hostess with Norma as a 3-month X39 patch wearer. To see, I hope that answered your question. Who do we have next, Liz, after Norma?
Shannon is up next.
Shannon, please come
Yes.
on and share.
Thank you so much, Heidi. You're doing a fantastic job. And goodness gracious, I'll tell you, I had a story that just came out of nowhere yesterday. The doorbell rings, and some neighbors that we've known for over 20 years said, "Hey, I heard you had something that helps with people with memory challenges in relationship to their father." I said, "Well, that's interesting. We actually might have something to support you." And so I bring out my hat, we're sharing, and there's, "What are these things? How do they work?" And well, we just happened to have some outdoor furniture, and we sat for an hour. It was just so fun. We just love these people. It just came around to the point where she said, "Does this help with the way my skin looks?" And I said, "I'm so glad you asked." So I talked about the collagen production from the X39, and she said, "Is there anything that you have for antioxidants, things like that?" And I said, "You mean like glutathione?" She said, "Oh my gosh, glutathione's really good." I said, how about an increase in glutathione production by 300%? She said, no way. So it just went from one exciting point to the next. And they said, how can we get these? And I said, well, we can set you up. She said, well, I want it right now. And so thankfully I had a supply of patches, and they walked out with some X39, energy enhancers, glutathione, the whole 9 yards. And it was just such a treat. What's interesting is a couple months ago, I saw these people and I said, you know, wouldn't it be great if they were a part of the team that I'm developing here? And I set that as an intention. And wouldn't you know, they rang my doorbell and had questions for me, and it all worked out so well. So I just want to let people know that people are looking for the solutions that we have. When we hold that intention, we purely love them and appreciate them. The timing is everything. And I just am so grateful that this is all coming together for
Thank
my
you
dear
so
friends.
much for sharing your light. And that's what's interesting is this is a light therapy product, but it takes sharing your light, Shannon. And you definitely are beaming today. So thank you for sharing your beamingness.
You're more than welcome.
And where are you coming in from? I always like to know.
Well, I live at the base of Pikes Peak Mountain in Colorado Springs, Colorado.
Colorado. I knew I drove past you as I was coming back from Orlando. Awesome, awesome. And
Oh,
who do we have next, Liz?
Lisa B, followed by Allie, followed by Julianne, and probably that's going to need to wrap us up for today.
Thanks, Liz. Lisa, go ahead and come in and share, please.
Hi, I'm Lisa. I'm a registered nurse since 1980. And I had the pleasure of working with a patient recently, like right now, last few weeks. Patient 78 years old, was in an automobile accident, head-on collision, compliments of a drunk driver, and crushed her ankles and her lower legs.
Oh, wow.
And so, of course, I take my patches with me, and she knows what the patches have been doing for me. So she gave me permission to patch her. And I did, and I put an X39 on one of her feet. And a little while later, she was able to move that foot where she couldn't move
Oh,
before. So I've been using an assortment of patches on her about the last week, and she's just so pleased. And she's so pleased that she signed up as a distributor, and she's also brought in another person under her.
congratulations on being an exceptional brand partner and sharing with those in need. It's so important that we reach out to those that are in such excruciating pain, especially with an accident like that. That's you must be an incredible nurse to be able to assist people like that. I love that you're bringing on the information from a registered nurse perspective. Thank you so much. And Lisa, where are you calling in from?
I'm calling from the Washington, D.C. area.
Nice. Oh my goodness. I was just talking about Washington, D.C. yesterday. It's where I had my first oyster show. Thank you so
Oh.
much for coming in and speaking with us. And then who do we have next, Liz? After
Allie,
Lisa? Allie. Allie, go ahead and come on and share.
Hi, when I was listening to Sun Shower, it reminded me, I had some brain surgery that left me missing real important nerves. And because of paralysis in my digestive system, nausea is something that I deal with. And it was so bad the other day. And I thought, I'm just going to take a glutathione, and I put it somewhere down in here. I always ask my spirit where to put it, and the nausea subsided. So now I just wear glutathione any day I don't feel great. And also wanted to mention another thing. I had paralysis in my mouth, and I talked to somebody who I had not talked with since I got on the products about a year ago, and they totally were excited. They could understand what I was saying.
Oh, how beautiful. Thank you so much. I love that you're talking about all of the other patches too. I love that X39 is our go-to. and that glutathione is definitely, that's the one that my sponsor told me that I needed to get started on first. And I still haven't started on it yet. So thank you for encouraging me today.
Well, thank you.
And Liz, who do we have next?
The last one we have is Julianne Ford.
Julianne, come on and share with us,
Good
please.
morning, waivers.
Yes, we are.
I have two stories. One is to piggyback on Jennifer's story about the Eon and the ice wave. Saturday, we went to a kind of a car show in Kentucky, and it had really unlevel ground, and I was walking with my cowboy boots, and I have a toe that does not like to bend. It gets very inflamed, and by the end of the day I was hurting. And so the minute we got into the car and I was able to peel off my boots and my socks, I put Ice Wave and Eon directly on that joint, and I left it on until the next morning. And when I woke up the next morning, the swelling had gone down completely. The pain has gone away, and my toe joint was popping like crazy. And so it just, that was the first thing that was my aha when I first started using LifeWave patches, is the X39, putting it directly on my toe joint. And within a 2.5 days, my joint popped, the swelling went down, and the pain decreased so much. I said, I'm going from a brand part, or going to become a distributor at that very moment. But the other thing I want to touch on is I've had, since I was a child, dealing with anxious feelings, lack of confidence, low self-esteem. And I just, like my spirit and my intuition said, try the Nirvana. And so I first started with the patch, and it really didn't, it like, yes, it affected me. But as soon as I added this baby, within 3 days, everything calmed down, and I felt so even, grounded. Everything has changed. And it even opened up abundance where I'm attracting more things. So I feel very open and very confident. So I just wanted to share that.
I am so glad you shared that. I want to know if you wouldn't mind opening that package for the last 30 seconds of our call and just showing how that looks, because they are capsules and they come in, they're not capsules, they're tablets.
Little tablets, and you take 2 a day.
And they come in a punch. Okay, and they come in a punch pack. Thank you so much for sharing that. I too have experienced Nirvana, and I cried a grief that I have been holding for 7 years. I also want to make sure that all of you know that the AccuLife patches that we use for, are trained to use for horses, they worked on my back last night, just like Robin said that she used at the festival last week. So I want you to know that if you ever have a shortage of Ice Wave, you can always open up a brand new pack of AccuLife and use it for the same dual patch system. Thank you so much, Juliana. Thank you, everyone. Norma, I can't remember everyone's name. Shannon, Julianne, where are you calling in from? I wanted to make sure that we knew that.
Oh, I'm just slightly west of Nashville, Tennessee.
Nashville, Tennessee. Awesome. Well, Liz, I think we've had a beautiful representation of almost every single patch today. I'm so excited that we were able to experience the testimonials today. I hope everyone understands that this call is being recorded, so you can go on to the Facebook Live Younger group page and rewatch it.
It's actually not on the Facebook page because I couldn't see where to do it so that it was directly on there. It'll be on the Live Younger though. It will be on our YouTube channel, the Live Younger YouTube channel. You can either go Google that directly on YouTube, or you can get to it through our liveyoungersuccess.com. Go under the library, and there's a link right there to get to it. So Heidi, thank you very much for pinch hitting today. And
You're very welcome, and thank you everyone for contributing. And we want to make sure that everyone knows that Robin and Gregory Mascari are in Italy enjoying a beautiful vacation. So we are going to love on each other all week long, and then we'll do it again next Monday morning. The next community call is Tuesday night. It's for everyone to bring their guests. That's tomorrow night. It is at 5 o'clock Pacific time. No, I take that back.
It's at
6 o'clock Pacific time. Thank you. 7 o'clock Mountain time, which is where I'm sitting. And bring
9
your
o'clock
guests.
East
And
Coast.
beautiful 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, and that's Tuesday. We look forward to seeing you. And I'm going to go ahead and ask Liz to unmute everyone so we can give each other virtual hellos and
Before we
goodbyes.
do, but
Yes.
I will do that. But before we do, I just want to let everybody know and remind everyone that tonight at 6 p.m. Pacific time.
Presentation. Gregory Mascari, and here in
Somebody's got
Bozeman, Montana.
What?
And I'm proud to
Someone's
say I have over
unmuted.
3
Hold on
decades
just a
of
moment.
experience in direct
Okay.
sales network marketing as a
Okay, so to repeat what I was saying is that tonight at 6 p.m. Pacific time, 9 p.m. East Coast time, we have Connie Lucas and Kai Jacobson that will be joining our Monday evening update call. So we look forward to that. And I'm going to go ahead and unmute everyone so that you can all say goodbye if you so wish to. So thanks, everyone. And we hope you have a wonderful day, and we'll see you tonight.
Great job,
Thanks,
Heidi.
Liz.
Yay.
Thanks,
Thank
Lisa.
you.
Bye, everyone.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Bye,
everyone.
Love you, Heidi.
You can
Have a
keep
great
half of it and say
day.
that it's because
Thank
you
you,
gave
everyone.
me
Zoom.
advice on a
Oh, you're funny.
on a cleanse.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you, everyone. Bye.
Bye.
Good to see your
Good
faces.
job.
Have a great day.
Thanks, Heidi.
Thank
Thank
you.